Hi, viewers, and welcome to another session on applying for scholarships to the UK. Before you proceed with this video, the first thing you would want to do is to be sure you've watched the first video, which is understanding the Commonwealth scholarship. You need to watch that first video before you can proceed with this video. And second, please hit the subscribe button before you continue. All right, so let's start. So just go into Google and type in Commonwealth Shared Scholarship Sample Application Form to give you an idea of what the form actually looks like. So on my search results, the first link will take me to the application form. So this is what the application form looks like. So if you've actually watched the first video, then if you've been recommended by the school to apply for the Commonwealth Share Scholarship, which is the next stage, then this is exactly what you are going to see on the application portal. So let us start. The first part of the application has to do with you choosing your CSC theme. Now, if you watch the first video I uploaded, which I'm referencing, which is Understanding the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, you would notice that I provided a link on how to find the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship prospectus. If you open that prospectus, you'd notice that the scholarship sponsors 6 different themes. So the first is science and technology, strengthening health systems and capacity, etc. So whichever program you applied for which you have been nominated to go ahead and apply for this scholarship, you look for which of the themes it falls under, and that is what you put in here. Then here you just list the name of the university and then the course. So the next part of the form has to do with equity and diversity monitoring. Now, the information you provide here has no bearing or whatsoever as to whether you'd be awarded a scholarship or not. It's just information you need to provide just for monitoring purposes, since the scholarship doesn't discriminate on sex, gender, race. So the next part of the form has to do with your academic record. So you put in the university where you had your undergraduate degree, the dates you attended, whatever course you pursued, and then whichever brackets you graduated in. So whether you graduated with first class and a second class upper, whatever it may be, you just put it here. And you get to publication and prizes. For me, when I applied, I didn't have any publication, so I don't think that's the only thing they'll look at. If you do not have a publication, fair enough, but then if you have, good for you. And so academic distinctions and prizes, because in Ghana I know very well that not many schools give awards. I believe that might be the same situation in other African countries. So what you can put here is you can actually put in the same thing you provided up there, the brackets which you graduated in. If you want any prize whilst in school also, you can put it there. If you were lucky to be a student leader or you served in any committee or anything, you can just put it there. It doesn't hurt. Then you go to your employment details, wherever you are working currently, you fill out this section of the form. Now, to your references, you would want to choose people you are 100% sure and confident that they are going to put a very solid letter for you. So they asked for 3 referees. What I did during my time was to choose 2 referees from my school. That is 2 professors who knew me very well, who I was so sure could put in solid letters for me. Then for my 3rd referee, I chose my supervisor at my workplace. So I was very close to him. He knew me in and out. So I knew he would be someone willing to put in a very good letter of recommendation for me. So when you're choosing your referees, please be very careful, since whatever they are going to write about you is going to count a lot towards whether you are going to be considered or not. Now, this is the important part of the application, which I think has a lot of impact as to whether you are going to be given the scholarship or not. And that is actually what I plan or purpose to address in this video. So you have these essays you have to write. The first is your objectives during the award, your career plans in the 5 years following the award, your long-term career plans, and then your personal statement. Any other thing provided in any other part of the form is direct and straightforward. So I believe everyone can fill that part of the form out. So let's start with the personal statement. This part of the form is the problem statement. And just as the name suggests, it's a problem statement. You're supposed to put out a problem. There's no formula as to how you should write this letter, but then I'm going to talk about how I wrote it. Basically, the contents are going to be the same for every type of personal statement, but depending on wherever you would want to place it, whether you place it in the first paragraph, second paragraph, it's up to you. But then I'm going to use myself as an example. So for the problem statement, what I did during my time was, for the first paragraph, I spoke about the problem. So what was the problem? So you think about Ghana, whichever field you want to pursue your master's in, then you think about a problem in that area that you know exists currently in Ghana. So, for example, I was talking about neuroscience research, and I was talking about the lack of undergraduate research programs in Ghana. So it can be anything. It can be in policy, advocacy, whatever it may be. You can state the problem. For example, you can talk about, let's say, maternal health, whatever problem you find in society that the course you are going to pursue actually has a direct relation or correlation with. You can state that in your opening paragraph. So you define whatever the problem is, you talk about the statistics of the problem, what it means to you, and why you are passionate about it. Then for the second paragraph, what you do is, I spoke about my qualifications, my prior experience. So if you've worked at any place, the course you offered for your undergraduate, anything that you have done that you think has a way of addressing that problem or has a direct link to the problem you're stating. It can be any experience, probably when you were growing up, something that happened. Any experience you have, your personal experience with that problem, you can state it in for the second paragraph, whilst at the same time also talking about yourself. That is your degree, the skills you have. Probably you know how to program in our MATLAB. You know anything you know, the background knowledge. You can talk about the courses you have pursued for your undergraduate degree, which you are so sure has prepared you to actually pursue a higher degree in that particular area to help you solve that problem. So in your second paragraph, you are going to market yourself. You are going to talk about yourself, what you are bringing on the table, what you already have, and your experiences that can be tied into the problem you have stated in your first paragraph. For my third paragraph, I was trying to state out the gaps. That is to say, if this is the problem I have stated, how is this problem solved in other countries, or how has it been solved in other countries? So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to talk about an approach that has been used by other countries, for which reason I believe if I'm to be given this scholarship to go ahead to pursue this program, I can apply or harness some of these skills, some of these techniques, some of these resources that people have used in other places to try to address this problem in my country. So here you're going to talk about the gaps, what you see as absent in your country that is present in other countries that have been able to tackle this problem. So that is what you'll be doing in this particular paragraph. Now, for my last paragraph, because you have just 500 words, what I do is I talk about why I should be considered for the scholarship, why I think I'm a better fit for the scholarship, why I think they should choose me above all other people. I talk about why I selected that course in particular. I talk about why I chose that school. So it can be that the school has a reputation in that field. It can be that the professors are renowned in that particular area. Whatever reason you had for choosing that school and for choosing the course you chose, you state it, and then you talk about how the scholarship would actually help you. That is to say, without the scholarship, you might not be able to pursue the degree. So you state all these for your personal statement. Now, the next on the list, I'm going up again. We'll be talking about the objectives during the award. So during the time when you've been out giving the award, what will you be doing? What will be your objectives? What will be your goal? That's what we'll be talking about next. For the objectives during the award, you have just 250 words. You can't say much. But basically, what I did for my time was to talk about how I was going to be a good ambassador of my country. That is to say, I was going to make sure I excel remarkably. I was going to get a GPA that would probably be one of the highest the school has ever had. So here I'm going to talk about things you have within that you want to bring out during this particular award. Also, you can talk about making friends with people from other countries who you would want to collaborate in future with. You can even talk about those you'd be working with, that is the faculty, the professors. You can talk about how you'd want to develop a relationship with them, which might be beneficial for your future or your growth. So you would want to talk about your objectives, what you seek to achieve, what you seek to do during the time where you've been awarded. Now, the next is to talk about your career plans in the 5 years following the award. Now, for your career plans in the next 5 years following the award, here you would want to talk about how the knowledge you are going to get is going to help you solve the problem you have highlighted in your personal statement, because you cannot put this in you cannot put the content here in isolation. It would have to have a direct link with your personal statement. So that is to say, in the next 5 years, you would have graduated with this degree, you'd have had this particular background, you'd have had this knowledge, which you believe would prepare you to be able to tackle this problem. You can talk about how you're going to affiliate yourself with an NGO, a school, whatever institution it is that you are going to affiliate yourself with after the award in order to tackle the problem. You can talk about it here. And you're going to talk about how the skills and everything you're also going to get from the school, how you're going to put it into use within that 5 years after you've been given the award. That is to say, 5 years after you have graduated from the university. So you would have to tie it in with your problem statement, what you are going to do to start addressing the problems you have stated. Then the last part of the essays has to do with your long-term career plans. That is to say, what is your that is to say, for your career, what are you going to look back to and say that, yes, I have had a successful career? What is that thing you would want to achieve? So your career plans will also have to be something that has to do with the problem you've highlighted. So for example, let's say if my problem is that the universities in Ghana do not have an undergraduate program in neuroscience, for example, then I can say that I'm going to dedicate myself or I'm going to affiliate myself with a school in Ghana where I'm going to start a neuroscience program in order to teach and mentor the next generation of neuroscientists. Whatever it is that you want to do for your career, whatever you'd be waking up to do every day in order to solve that problem, you are going to start an NGO that would be advocating for maternal rights. You are going to start something that would shape public policy. Whatever it is you'd be doing, you are going to talk about them as a plan, how you are going to do it, where you are going to start from. So you are going to look at your whole career, what you seek to achieve, what you seek to do. And so basically, these are the essays for which I think your application will mostly be based on. So feel free to drop your questions. I'm going to provide a link on my YouTube chat at, which will direct you to my Facebook Messenger, whatever it may be. Feel free to drop your questions, drop your comments, and I'll do my best to address them. Other than that, I would also direct you to other people who would have better answers. See you next time, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. In my next series, I'll be providing you with scholarships and how to apply for them for US and Canadian based schools. Thank you. Bye.